Sydney is bracing for more COVID cases today as the number of exposure sites stretches far and wide across the state now. There's fresh concerns for Coffs Harbour on the state's mid-north coast after a positive infection visited a pub. The state recording 98 cases yesterday, 67 of them from Sydney's southwest. The big worry for authorities, of course, 20 of them were infectious in the community.
Victorians are in lockdown limbo. Residents expected to find out this morning how long the extension will last. And South Australia is tightening COVID rules with masks mandatory in high-risk settings.
We have team coverage across the country. First, Today correspondent Lara Bella, who is at testing site at Fairfield West this morning. Lara, yet another family is unfortunately grieving this morning.
It is just awful news, isn't it, Carl? This is the fifth death that has now been linked to this latest outbreak here in New South Wales. And what our health authorities are reminding us is just how rapid the transmission is of this Delta variant. They say that we're seeing things uncharacteristic of previous outbreaks, including more infections spreading between children. And so as a result of that, Carl, some health authorities now are saying we should open up our national vaccination program to include children. Some health authorities now are saying we should open up our national vaccination program to include children. But on the flip side of that, though, some infectious disease experts have cautioned that approach. They say at this stage we do not have enough long-term data to say just how effective and how safe it is for children to be inoculated. And speaking of the national vaccination program, Carl, I think many people will be surprised to know that domestic aviation and airport workers here in Australia are not on the priority list when it comes to our vaccination program. In fact, new data shows that 33% of airport workers and 1/3 of aviation staff, that is all, have been fully vaccinated. Our airport association says that is rather exposing frontline workers like baggage staff, cleaners and security screening officers to the virus, and they are really at the coalface of this latest outbreak. They are calling on the government to include that workforce in the priority list. They are calling on the government to include that workforce in the priority list.